Hey everyone, this is No Clue with a racing mower update. This time we're going to be fabricating a mount for the fenders and seat. The seat won't get bolted down right away. These are a little dirty. I'll clean those up in a minute. The seat isn't dirty, or now I'm focused on the dirty safety glasses. The seat won't get mounted right away, but this is more so I can set the fenders over the rear tires and make sure I got all my clearance so I don't have to shim anything up, because I do have a lower ride height, or the wheels sit up a little higher than I was expecting, so I might have to shim it up a little bit, but from my rough measurements I think I will be fine. So I got a couple pieces of metal here bent up. I'll show you those in a second here. Set those down. Tired holding them. Yeah, we're gonna get the little the hoop that sits around the fender brackets today. So here's what I got to work with. I cut this out of the old MTD frame, that black metal plating in there. That's gonna get sanded down and cleaned up, and all the old paint removed off of it. But right now I'm just trying to get it to sit on there so I can do some final measurements and whatnot. So far all I have are these two uprights in the back. You can see those pretty clearly. And I'm going to have to weld those 45-degree gussets in today as well, since room will be very limited there once I get that hoop on there. Over here at my welding station, I got 45s cut right here. Those are going to get welded together. And I got angles cut right here. And I got, I don't remember exactly what angles there are. There's just two marks on the chop saw to make a 45-degree angle that goes down. And and those are going to run just about parallel with this fender here. Although this fender's beat up and everything, so it's got a little bit of an arch right here, but that will get straightened out. And I'm going to have to notch right here for clearance, but I'm fine with that. They'll just give me another spot to weld on. And I jimmy rigged a little cell phone stand here. It's it's really cheap, just some piece of wire I had laying around, folded up, being held up by vice grips, and I might use that sprocket to adjust the angle if it's starting to go out off camera. So yeah, let's get cracking on that. I mean, so far all I've got is those three pieces of metal sitting over at that metal crate over there. So as soon as I get done with that, we can start using the chop saw again. I want to get those welded up though, because I got my 45 already cut on this little section of box that I have left, and so if I can make sure, I just got to find out how long this piece is going to have to be, and I could do math to do that, but I think I'd be a little better off just doing it by eye, because I'm horrible at that particular equation. I don't know why, I just never got it right when I was in school. So we'll get this all set up here, and we'll start the welding. Alright, you can see here I got this metal hoop on, and it's being held up by this little magnet here, and it's keeping it at a perfect 90. And I noticed actually when I was putting this on, my pipes seem to have rotated. You can see the little gap right there and how it closes up. they seem to have rotated when I started welding this frame together. This one's a little rotated too, but I mean, I'm not too worried about that. My axle, I did measure my axles and everything, so they do line. They're still parallel. It's just I just guess I didn't take enough time or something. I didn't have enough 90s here to make sure these pipes were parallel with each other. But oh well, it's not that big of a setback. It's just a little imperfection that I'm gonna have to take care of. So yeah, I'll have to get that taken care of. And I got my pipe here that has the 45 already on it. And it's gonna sit on the frame like that, and it's gonna meet up here with that other pipe. So I'm going to get this all marked out and everything, since I can't do this with two hands. And once I figure out how long the one pipe is, I'll make an exact copy. And you can see though, I'm going to have to make another steel run, because that's less than 5 feet of pipe left. And I'm going to use up at least half of that on what I have to cut left. Good news is I got a little piece of scrap for those 45 gussets in there. And I might actually gusset the top of that as well. I'm not too sure on that though. I'll have to see how it looks once I get everything together and set the frame on it, or not the frame, the fenders. So I'm gonna get this cut up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so right now I got the fender just sitting on here. I was able to bend these pipes out. I'll show you that in a second. And if you look here, as far as clearance goes, we're really tight on that. I mean, you can see those little pieces of rubber that stick off the end of it. Those are like rubbing against that top of the fender. So we're going to have to maybe shim that up about 1 inch or 2. Actually, 1 inch seems a little excessive, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And get that squared away. So let me pull this fender off right here. And so far, you can see it's still pretty square right here. I probably just bumped it just a hair when I pulled that fender off. You can maybe see right down in here, let my camera focus. Doesn't look like it wants to, but I had this little tack weld here. There we go. I had to notch that just so I could pull it out some, because I noticed this angle right here was sitting in a little farther than this one when I checked everything for square. So I had to cut that and pull it a little bit. And we seem to be sitting pretty good right now. So I'm gonna make my gussets for down in here, so I can cap that up and make it look a little more professional. And I'll be right back. Alright, you can see down in here, I got these gussets welded in. Filled that hole right there without a problem. Actually, I had a little bit of a problem. I had my heat just a hair too high and I started burning holes and everything, but I was able to overcome that. I mean, it's still nice and hot. I can feel it without even touching it, so that's being left to cool. And up in here, I finished the welds right here. They're not the prettiest thing in the world because I had a hard time getting up in there. I probably am going to re-weld down in here because it's looking a little thin on my bead there. So yeah, I got to clean that up still. So this top hoop here, that's just going to sit on there for now because I'm starting to worry about my motor clearance as far as letting the engine and everything sit where it should. So I'm leaving that alone for now. I'm gonna wait until I get my motor and my torque converter in to install that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But I'd rather err on the side of caution instead of having to chop a bunch of welds off and do it all over again. So that's just staying tack welded for now. And yeah, it's starting to actually look like something other than just a a giant wagon. So I got all these welds down in the corner here. I gotta actually finish up that lower part because I don't know if I'm putting gussets on this top back part here as well, but I don't think I need them. I might do them just for looks, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I got a little bit left to do on this rear end as far as making sure it's super beefy and it's never gonna break. But I don't think it's gonna break right now, but you know, rather go overkill on it.
So that's all we got for today on this update. I say I made a decent amount of progress as far as finishing this sucker goes. I've reinforced the rear end. I've built kind of a hoop for it for the back so I can set a fender and seat on it. It's like I said, it's not getting welded in right away. Need waiting on my engine torque converter still. Story of my life. So let's the sun's been down for a good while now. I'm tired. I'm hungry. All out of metal. So I guess I'll catch you guys on the next mower update.